then being cast aside by his club manager, well, that's probably pretty devastating, frustrating, like we said about Salah in other circumstances. So my point is, I hope he continues to be picked because
Mm.
he's too good a player. And if he's not in Anurim's plans, I bet there won't be a shortage of clubs who come in for him because he's got a lot of potential, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now, the reason why I brought that up is Paul Scholes said about him. He said, I'm just going to read out the quote. He says, "Don't waste your time with comparison between me and this kid." And he's talking about Mainoo. He said, "He is 10 times the player I was at 19."
Really,
So
really,
this is Paul Scholes
yeah.
saying it as a
Wow.
Paul Scholes. Now, what do we make of that?
Well, first of all, I didn't know Paul Scholes said that, so I'm glad Paul Scholes agrees with me. Well, put it this way, I'm glad I agree with what he said. I thought you were going to say, "Oh, Paul Scholes thinks Kobbie is rubbish." So yeah, but that says an awful lot for Paul
It does,
Scholes,
doesn't
who
it?
was, but by most people's definition, he was a first class, high quality midfield player. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, possibly, I won't say underestimated in Manchester United because he was highly estimated, but there was something about him that he didn't kind of have he wasn't sort of out there publicly. He wasn't someone who wanted to share his thoughts with everybody. He was a very low profile professional footballer, which almost makes him more valid when he comes to talk about what he thinks and what he doesn't think. The
Mm,
sad thing was, as I recall, a few years ago, he decided not to play for England anymore. I
mm,
can't quite remember the rights of wherefores about that, whether it was because he was travelling and not getting picked, but I think he was picked. I mean, I can remember him playing for England, so it may not have been that, but or he just got fed up with the travelling and who knows what. I'm not going to speak for him, but I felt that was sad because, like any country, you need the best players at your disposal. He just had that thing about him. I see him with his head down and going through the defence, creating possibilities for his own team, and often a thunderous shot for a small guy. He had a
oh yeah,
thunderbolt
yeah,
shot,
yeah. I remember that.
on the goal.
I remember that.
So
Yeah.
to me, he's one of the best midfield players we've produced in this country, and therefore anything he says, I would certainly say, yeah, you can rely on what Paul Scholes says. He knows all about it, and he's a good pundit. He doesn't often go on there actually on the punditry. In fact, I'm sure recently, yes, it brings that to mind. He said for the time being, he's giving up his punditry. It may have been
Mm,
with TNT or one or two others as well,
mm, mm.
but to look after his one of his children, who is I can't remember what problem they have, but they have a health problem, and he's giving up to look after them. So again, that says a huge amount, doesn't it? I mean, of course, a parent will want to look after their kids, but yeah, it says a lot about him that he's prepared to give up for the time being
Mm,
what his earning capacity or whatever you'd like to call it in
mm.
in favour of one of his kids who needs his help. So yeah, I think he's one of those greats. He'll go down as a great in my view for Manchester United and as a footballer in our country. So
Yeah.
I think the man is brilliant. Yeah,
Is yeah. I actually respect Paul Scholes. Now, just still on Manchester United slightly. Uh Cunha, the player. Matheus Cunha, the Brazilian Matheus
yeah.
Cunha. I think he's a bit of a how I hope our viewers will forgive me for saying it. But I'm starting to see him as a bit of a what's that player? What's that player that we say is so lucky? That was bought for 64 million. That is now at Aston Villa. We know the lad. Um, it was a Manchester
Um,
United player, and then he's gone to Aston Villa, and
not Rashford, you don't mean, do you? It's Rashford.
it's not Rashford.
No,
You get wrong
no,
now.
he went there, didn't
So
he?
no, he
Yeah.
won. Yeah, Rashford was at Aston Villa, but this player, he's is it? No, it's not Rio, is it? Anyway,
Well,
he's
what's his position? Where does he play?
it was subbed on and subbed off immediately. Do you remember him now?
Yeah, I
A
do.
few weeks
Yeah,
ago, he was brought.
yeah, I can't remember his name.
I can't remember
No.
his name now. But anyway, he's sort of giving me that vibe, Kuna, at Manchester United. I mean,
Mm,
you don't really see his activity on the field. You don't think you watch a Manchester United game, you don't think West Kuna.
mm,
Yeah,
mm.
I certainly don't think that. I don't think, well,
Well, you don't
West,
think that because you're not aware of what he's doing. Is that
yeah,
what you mean? Or
that's what I mean. Yeah, you're not
yeah.
aware of what he's doing. He's not impactful on the game. You don't really see his impact on the Jadon Sancho. That's the
Oh,
kid.
right. Yeah, we talked about him before, haven't we?
We did.
Yeah,
So he's sort of giving me
yeah,
the Jadon Sancho vibe.
yeah.
Kuna. I don't really. All right, so he's moved from Wolves to Manchester United, and at the time I thought he was a good player at Wolves. I
Mm,
really thought he was a really good player at Wolves. Now he's moved from Wolves to Manchester United, and he's sort of just disappeared. I know he was playing against Wolves the last time, but I don't see his impact. All right, I know we've talked about
mm,
Sesko, Benjamin Sesko, the new kid that is now on injured. Um, but I see more of Sesko, even though I don't think he's impactful. But I see more of Sesko than Kuna. Now
mm,
maybe if Mbueno's gone to Mbueno and Ahmad goes away on AFCON duty, the African Cup of Nations duty,
mm.
maybe we might start to see Kuna. But I don't see Kuna. I think he's a fraud.
Of course, there was.